Hi, my dear friends. Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. This is Bobby Kitain, and welcome to Pathways of Hope. Today is Palm Sunday, but today is also a day of terrible grief for many of us, especially for those among us who live here in the national capital region of the Philippines. You see, yesterday, we tallied one of the highest, if not the highest, number of COVID-19 infections in this country after more than a year of this pandemic. Today, people are grieving. Many have lost their loved ones. Many have their loved ones in the hospital right now, struggling, trying to overcome this virus. Our health workers are tired. The healthcare system of our country is on the brink of terrible collapse. These are dark days. These are challenging days. And that's why when I read today's gospel in Mark 15, I couldn't help but zoom in on verse 34. It's Jesus talking as he was hanging on the cross. He said, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Can I be honest with you? In recent days, there are moments when I ask the question, Lord, have you forsaken us? Have you abandoned us? Why are all these terrible things happening in our world today? And perhaps many people who would read that particular verse would say, yes, that's what Jesus was saying on the cross. He felt abandoned by the Father. He felt forsaken by the Father. It's as if the Father has turned his face away from him. But no. The Jews at that time who heard the words of Jesus knew that those were not words of despair, but rather those were words of victory. Why? Because Jesus was directly quoting from Psalm 22, which happens to be our responsorial psalm for today. You see, Psalm 22 is familiar to the Jews during Jesus' time. It's the psalm that refers to the suffering servant, to the Messiah. And the first lines of the psalm were exactly the very words of Jesus on the cross. My God, why have you forsaken me?" And if you read through the psalm, you would realize that God actually answers the prayer of the psalmist. God rescued the psalmist. And if you read a little bit further towards the end of the psalm, you'd realize that the psalm actually ended in victory, with the families of nations turning to God. It ended with people being converted, coming to the Lord, returning to God. This particular verse in the gospel today should bring us so much hope, because we also know how Jesus' story ended. It ended in victory. And if we trust in Jesus, if we hold on to Jesus, we know that we will also end in victory. Yes, this pandemic brings a lot of grief. This pandemic brings a lot of tears. This pandemic brings a lot of fears. But my dear brothers and sisters, we have to believe that just like the psalmist in Psalm 22, and just like Jesus on the cross, if we hold on to him, if we hold on to God, we will also end up in victory. We will overcome. Families of nations will turn to God. That is our hope. That is our conviction, that when everything has been said and done, victory is still at hand. Brothers and sisters, I know these are dark days. I know many of you here listening to this video are going through difficult times. Fear, anger, grief. But hold on. Trust in the Lord. If Psalm 22 ended in victory, and if the gospel ended in victory, we who trust in Jesus will also be victorious in the end. God bless you all.